Heartily welcome to you all. I'm very much glad to be part of this magnificent conference. And to just introduce me a bit, it's always not so easy to be at the end of the day, but I will do my best. And I need my presentation. The host did not free my for my PowerPoint presentation.
The host is there. He should.
Host did not free.
Hello, our host. Are you?
I sent my presentation and I have it on my computer, but it is said that it is not being given free.
Just a moment.
It's the same signal.
I'm just trying to contact him again.
Now you are co-host. You can do what you want.
Yes.
Sure.
Now it should be seen.
Yes.
Yes. Fine. My theme is religious values and peace education. Peace education at the 10th World Assembly of Religions for Peace 2019. As chairman of the Peace Education Standing Commission of the Global Movement of Religions for Peace more than 20 years, I will inform about the recent endeavors and results of the Commission work. Founded in 1999, the task of the Commission has been to document interreligious peace education projects in different religious, national, and regional contexts, and to inspire exchange about their concepts, strategies, methods, and experiences. As background, we have in mind the thesis of Hans Küng as the initiator of the Global Ethic Project. Do you see the screen of PowerPoint presentation?
Is there a problem?
Can you see it?
We see it, yeah, we can see it.
Fine. Let's take it over here.
No, now we don't.
It's there?
Now we don't see. Wir sehen Ihren Bildschirm, aber nicht die Präsentation.
Dann gebe ich nochmal wieder zurück.
Yes?
Yes, fine. As background, we have in mind the thesis of Hans Küng as the initiator of the Global Ethic Project. No peace among the nations without peace among the religions. No peace among the religions without dialogue between the religions. No dialogue between the religions without global ethical standards. No survival of our globe without a global ethic. Our thesis is no peace among regions without interdiscerning. The motto for our work is taken from the preamble of the UNESCO Constitution. Since wars begin in the minds of men, it's in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructive. In consequence, the duty of the Peace Education Standing Commission can be described in the following way. Much important work is already being carried out today in the field of peace education. The Peace Education Standing Commission has taken upon itself the job of bringing this practical work closer together with the messages and forces of peace inherent in the various religious traditions. We document positive examples of interreligious and intercultural education, of violence-free communication, and spiritual trainings. The work has mainly been done on 3 levels. At the Nuremberg Forums for Intercultural Education, through brochures with documentation and systematic presentation of interreligious and intercultural peace education projects, in commission work during World Assemblies and European Assemblies of Religions for Peace. The concrete field of our work can best be described looking at the titles of our publications since 2001, in cooperation with the Chair for Religious Education at the University of Erlangen-Nuremberg. Peace Education from Faith Traditions, a Soul for Education, projects for spiritual and ethical learning across religions, preservation, development, reconciliation, religious education and global responsibility, interreligious and values education in Europe, map and handbook, media power and religions, the challenge facing intercultural dialogue and learning, the role of interreligious education in overcoming fear and building trust, human rights and religion in educational context, and finally, public theology, religious diversity, and interreligious learning. The 10th Assembly of Religions for Peace was the first to be held in Germany under the overall theme, Caring for our Common Future, Advancing Shared Well-being. In a time of growing tensions in different regions of the world, a time threatened by extremism, populism, the climate change, and the emergence of fake news, religions can throw fuel on the fire in conflicts, but they can also promote peace and play preventive, conflict minimizing, and reconciliatory roles. 900 delegates from 125 countries and 17 different religions worked together from 20th to 23rd August 2019 with the Women's and the Youth Conference one day before. The picture shows how all delegates assemble at the symbol of the Ring for Peace at the shore of Lake Constance. United Nations High Commissioner Miguel Andes Moratinos explains the motto. All faiths should acknowledge their interrelation and support the universal values of human dignity and the integrity of nature. The Assembly worked in 5 commissions. First, multi-religious vision of positive peace. Second, preventing and transforming violent conflicts. Third, promoting just and harmonious societies. Fourth, advancing sustainable and integral human development. And fifth, protecting the earth. The task of peace education has been treated in Commission 3 under the subtitle Religious Values and Peace Education, a Practical Approach. The working group on peace education gathered with activists in the field of religious and interreligious education from 10 countries and different religious and educational contexts in America, North and South, Africa, Asia, and Europe, against the backdrop of the experience that in many social, cultural, and religious contexts, the decline of values can be found as a source of conflict, intolerance, and misbehavior. Education, on the other hand, is one of the most important factors for breaking down ignorance and prejudices which are the dangerous preconditions for violent conflict. This is taken up in the final Lindau Declaration. We commit to preventing violent conflict by advancing peace education from early childhood to adults across our religious communities, focusing on shared values, religious literacy, and narratives of peace. In our working group, we have been united in the fundamental conviction that religions have, each in a specific way, the belief in the fundamental unity of mankind and of the interrelationship of all living and existing beings. Love, compassion, tolerance, ability to forgive, truthfulness, hope are values which cannot be imposed by law, but which are inherent in religious traditions and are necessary for a real well-being in society. They can be experienced and trained with young people in religious communities and in cooperation with public education in schools and other educational areas. Interreligious, we have formulated a number of recommendations for multi-religious actions. First, initiating systematic and experiential approaches to cross-cultural and interreligious education. Second, encourage interreligious councils and the broader Religions for Peace family members to initiate dialogue training workshops. Third, cooperating with institutions and promoters of intercultural education, as for example, UNESCO and the Alliance of Civilization. Fourth, develop an inventory of best strategies and programs in the field of interreligious education. On cooperation and public education in schools and universities. Fifth, strengthening the work of peace education through the exchange of interreligious peace education projects. And sixth, research measurable evaluation indicators for interreligious education. We have listed a number of examples of best practice. At first, institutional work in the European context. There's the interreligious educational work of the Global Ethic Foundation in Tübingen with many, many practical projects. You have heard about the Berghoff Foundation Institutes for Peace Education, and Uli Dieger is with us. Interreligious textbooks development, which is very important, as a research project, which I started with the University of Erlangen, Nuremberg, Rostock, and Vienna. REDCO, Religion and Education, a contribution to dialogue or a factor of conflict in transforming societies of European countries. The research in 10 European countries. Initiatives in other continents than Europe, interreligious understanding and solidarity through cross-cultural education, the Adrian Foundation, Beirut, Lebanon. She is also present here in this conference. The educational work of the Interreligious Coordinating Council in Israel in exchange with the Arab Education Institute in Bethlehem. The Spirit Education Movement in Thailand, founded by Sulak Sivaraksa. Family education in the communities of Rishokosekai in Japan. The Latin American Interreligious Network of Peace Education. You see, there are quite a number of examples which are very important. I finish the aim. The aim of interreligious learning is to act on the belief my religion is a way to peace, and I am connected with brothers and sisters in other religions and worldviews on our common way to peace. The picture shows a group of children gathered at one of the World Assemblies of Religions for Peace in Kyoto And each child came with a message: I'm Shinto, my religion is the way to peace. I'm Christian, my religion is the way to peace. I'm Muslim, my religion is the way to peace. And you see the General Secretary of the Regions for Peace at the left, William Bentley, and in the middle, Mustafa Cherish, at that time, Reis al-Ulama from Bosnia, who made a lot of work in reconciliation after the war in the former Yugoslavia. This is my presentation. Thank you.